Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa. Today I'll be working on the Margarete Miller Weekly Challenge, and we are on week 11. So the first prompt is something cold-blooded. So I have this alligator right here. He's cold-blooded. And then we have something you do on vacation. So I have this lobster in a chair getting a suntan. I always get to be lobster, but I want to get a suntan. A bit of yellow, I have the palm. A map, I've got a map of Florida that I thought went well with the gators. And then I have this music sheet, which is the next prompt, which I thought was cute for the go with the lobster when I went to the bar as a very young man. And then we have the star for the starfish. All right, so we're going to pull these to the side and try to line them up. All right, the alligator at the bottom probably looks good. Tuck the hand behind there. Like, stop, don't go near the alligator. Picture of the map of Florida near the gator. And we'll put the lobster up by his music, the very young man. And then I think I'll throw the starfish to kind of anchor in between. Okay. All right, so we're going to start placing these down. I sped up the video just a little bit because it's kind of boring to take a look at someone just inking paper. But I'm going to start with inking the edges of this music sheet and gluing that down. I hope your day is going well. Mine went pretty well today, so it's always good to end on a good note and work on one of these because these are always fun. All right, so get some stuff out of the way and track down my glue book, and we'll glue this down. I got a pretty good new glue stick, so it's pretty squishy. As you can see, lots of blue goo. All right, let's try to get this laid down. It seems to be sticking everywhere. Having a heck of a time. But I finally get it down. We'll get rid of some of that excess blue goo. Thank goodness that stuff turns clear. Okay, so the music sheet is down. We're going to work on Mr. Lobster next. Ink him up a little bit. I thought, I originally had an idea to do something else, but when I saw this lobster, I thought that was perfect, because whenever I'd go to Florida when I was younger, I would turn red as a lobster, they would say. So we'll get him all glued up and put him on the page. Okay, perfect. All right. Next up is going to be the bit of yellow. Now I guess it's a bit more than a little yellow, but my tie-in to the hand like a stop, don't go near the alligator, was why I chose that one. I get a lot of my pictures from a book. It's an illustrated book of advertising from just a gazillion people. I think next time I'll try to show the book because I get a lot of stuff from there. All right, so we'll get this glued down. All right, time to glue the alligator. We'll ink him up first. Get him nice and grungy like an alligator should be, and we'll glue him down. It's hard to tell, but in his mouth, I actually, first when I saw it, I thought he had a turtle in his mouth, but he's actually carrying one of his alligator babies around. Or I should say she. This is where I noticed it says lobster on the bottom of the map. On the sides it says kingfish and mackerel, like what they fish for, and I thought it was interesting. I picked Florida as the map because of the alligators, but I didn't realize that they actually get lobsters down there. You always think of Maine lobsters, so that was a perfect tie-in that I end up finding a map of Florida. And then also remembering when I was a child, we used to rode down a street, a highway called Alligator Alley when I was younger. Scary road, I remember. No lights. I think it was one way each direction. And calling it Alligator Alley was always kind of traumatic when you were a child and your parents were driving you down the road on vacation. So I'm not sure if they still have it. It's probably a 6-lane highway by now, but that's what it was when my grandparents lived in Fort Lauderdale. Good old Alligator Alley. Okay, so we got Florida down. Now we can move on to the star. Now it's not a true star. The bonus was a star, but I thought a starfish in the shape of a star was a good tie-in to the other aquatic animals that I had on the sheet. Alright, so we're going to glue this down right in the middle, kind of bridge the gap between Lobster Man, who went to the bar as a very young man, and the stop, don't go by the alligators. Okay. Alright, so let's throw a little washi tape on there just to balance it out. I found a yellowish one that's got some loopy swirls on there. Kind of reminded me of ocean waves. So that's why I decided to pick this washi tape. Now if I can just get some off of there, life would be good. Alright, we'll add some here. I think I'll add a little bit on the bottom, kind of as like a base for the alligator. Like to imitate the ground a bit, even though there is a bit of ground in the picture. Alright, and I'm going to flip it over. Like I said, it kind of looked like waves. So while they're up, I think they looked a little better, facing upward. Okay. Now one more piece, because they say it's good to the eye to go in odd numbers, so 3 washi, and then to put it in a triangle to kind of draw your eye throughout the whole layout. So I'll put it up by Mr. Lobster on vacation, hanging out at the beach. Okay. Now I always do Tim Holtz words, so I'm going to look for him now. Okay, so I finally found one that I think will fit the page. It says The Traveler. It took me through practically every page to find something. Usually I find something fairly quickly. but this one was near the end. I like to throw the Tim Holtz words on there, snippets, whatever you'd like to call them, on each one of these pages as something a little quirky. So we'll put The Traveler up by Mr. Lobster Man. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to call this collage done. Just double check I got everything. Cold-blooded animal, gotcha. Something you do on vacation, sunbathe, a bit of yellow, or the palm trees and the washi tape, or the palm hand and the washi tape, the map of Florida, the music sheet, and the starfish. Bonus a star. Okay. Now I always put the prompts on the back page, and I usually put a couple of the items back there too as like a mini collage. So here I have the bottom half of the full music sheet. I only use part of it on the front. And then here's a couple items that I was originally going to use on the front but had changed my mind. It is a map of Australia. And then I have a little surfer dude. So I was going to have the surfer go to Australia, but when I found that lobster man with the alligator, I changed my plans and found the Florida map. So the surfer in Australia was my original thought, but it changed to be the surfer man. So we'll throw these guys in the back because I'm not going to waste pulling that stuff up. Alright, I got everything glued down, and I realized that I'm missing a fish that I wanted to put on there, so I'm going to look for that fish I wanted. I had found a yellow angelfish that I had for the front, and somehow he got lost. So I found a different one in the sticker book, so I think we'll just go with that. After I was done with this page, I searched and searched for that yellow angelfish, and I never did find him, so I'm not sure where he actually went to. But all's well that ends well. We'll get this fish in there, and he'll live his happy little life on the back of week 11 of the Margarete Miller Challenge with his surfer dude friend in Australia. Alright, we'll put him down here in the bottom of the ocean and call that a good one. So, alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this challenge. As usual, I really had fun working on this. If you liked it, subscribe to see what's coming up next. And as usual, have a wonderful and creative day. Thank you.